Well, hoity hoity ho! Merry Christmas, or right around Christmas. Haven't decided when I'm putting this up yet. Well, I hope y'all are having some good, happy holidays. I know I am. Uh, hmm. Yeah, anyway, just kind of doing my thing. Just punting a little bit as the holidays approach. And I thought I'd give you all my my little Christmas recommendations. Well, I got one movie I think everybody should watch every Christmas. Now, just set it up for you. The I was like, as so many of my seminal memories seem to emerge, I was like 8 or 9, probably more like 8. And it was Christmas. My dad was nowhere to be seen. I think he was off on a business trip. It was kind of like we had just finished school, and I think we had finished school for the Christmas vacations, and I was living in Billerica, Mass, and we were just kind of huddled around. It was snowing out, and we were eating we were drinking cocoa, eating the snowball cookies, and my like everybody was in bed but me, and we were just waiting for Dad to be home for the holidays, and he came. He got there just fine. But me and Mom were just kind of hanging out together on the couch and talking and whatnot. And so she says, "Oh, you know what's on? There was this ballet program on," and she was kind of watching it and pointing out to me, see how everyone dances around on their shoes. Yeah, they dance around on the tip of their toes. Like, wow, yeah, it's got to be hard. And it's like, yeah, it's real hard. But yeah, just kind of nice bonding time with Mom. And she says, "Oh, we got a Christmas movie coming on. Here, you should sit and we'll watch this." And so the movie that came on was A Christmas Carol. Now there are many, many, many versions of this. There's only one I absolutely recommend, and it's the one I saw that night as the 1951 version with Alistair Sim. Man, this packs a punch. I am not a fan of most versions of this. Most versions are kind of try hard. They're kind of trying to do the same thing. They're kind of getting there, but kind of not. But then there are the nicer versions. I think everyone loves the Muppet Christmas Carol. I haven't seen it. I understand it's very good. It also seems a lot lighter than what I'm used to. Other ones are just kind of silly. The Bill Murray version, Scrooged. Tonally, I don't really ride with it. I'm not really down with it. On the other hand, comedically speaking, it's pretty funny. Um, I think there's the Albert Finney one from the mid '70s, which is mildly amusing, I guess. But yeah, Alistair Sim, 1951. That's the version, and the part of it, just when you watch it, and I'm sitting down watching it, and I've seen little like half-hour cartoon adaptations at this point, and just the one thing I'm always fascinated by the ghosts, and Leo G. Carroll I think plays Jacob Marley, and he's just he was I knew him from Topper, which the old TV show adaptation of the movie Topper, where he plays the titular Topper character. And then he also did The Man from Uncle and Tarantula, and so I hadn't seen Tarantula yet. It'd be a few years before I got to see that. Anyway, but yeah, he played Jacob Marley. He was scary as hell to my little 8-year-old mind. and he's shaking his fists, he's shaking his chains and hollering, and he's gesturing out the window, and you look out the window and there are all these ghosts flying around with their chains trying to somehow make amends, and they're all floating around this woman and her little kid who are out there freezing to death in the snow, because we're talking like some Charles Dickens action here. And we'll get going on Charles Dickens here a little bit soon. This is a very faithful adaptation to the Dickens story. My favorite part, the part that absolutely nailed me, and it was several years before I could actually watch this part over, and it involves, you kind of amble through the ghosts. The Ghost of Christmas Past takes too damn long, but I guess it's necessary to the plot. I had less concerns for that kind of thing as a little kid. So eventually you get to the Ghost of Christmas Present, and there he is, a right jolly old elf, right big old elf, and he's taking Scrooge around and showing him Tiny Tim's little chair with the crutch on it and all that. And what, presto? And so he says, and so finally Scrooge asks him, what are those things down by your robe? And he says, oh, these. He whips open his robe, and there's two emaciated little kids clinging to him. And he goes into and they're frightening to look at. And he goes into his whole spiel about, the boy is ignorance, the girl is want. Beware them both. Most of all, beware this boy, because on his forehead is written doom. And and of course Scrooge at this point gets up and screams and runs, and as he's running through the alleyways, the Ghost of Christmas Present words are just echoing in his ears, just over and over, throwing his words back at him. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? And he bumps into the Ghost of Christmas Future, and this is the guy. He's basically the Grim Reaper, and that guy, of course, I'm ready for. Like, yeah, the guy in the robe, I like that guy. That guy is a walk in the park compared to the Ghost of Christmas Present and his two little buddies. And that gave me the willies for years. I was just, I can't look at that. And every year I had to send around my on social media, I send around my little greeting card to everybody, and it's the ignorance and want clips and the ignorance and want medleys from all the different movies. But the 1951 movie did it the best. And Alistair Sim, is a magnificent Scrooge. He's really crotchety. When he finally, kind of sees the light, he's heartbreaking. He's wonderful when he redeems himself. He doesn't play it much for laughs, at least not in my opinion. Just when you hello, Presto. When you look at a lot of his other all the other Scrooge adaptations, and one that people hold up to that a lot is the Reginald Owen version, and he's a good enough actor, I suppose. That version is a little too light for me, and a little too fluffy for me. Thank you, Presto, and a little too tame for me. Yeah, Presto is absolutely not tame at all. He's a madman, but yes, this is the only version for me, and it's the 1951 version keeps Charles Dickens's teeth in it. you get that you get that just hard line kind of angry story value that Dickens put in there, and it's a joy to see. Anyway, yeah, that's my take on A Christmas Carol, and that is the movie I recommend to you on this Christmas season. Because really, what else would I recommend? Have a happy ring a ding.